Yani I'll be a grandma and then my grandkids will be laughing at me.
Ebu sema tena. Niambie kama mtu mzee. Okay. Okay.
We won't always know these things vizuri. So yeah, just at least also embracing kidogo to flexibility and learning kidogo here. But yeah.
If you want to travel, please travel. Do it
Take
alone.
the solo trip.
You will be surprised. Actually. You will meet the people there. You go.
Yeah. Call me old school, but I still buy Sunday newspaper. Really? Physical newspaper, yeah.
This world continues to evolve. The world is actually getting more lonely.
If we are not planning ourselves, then we are planning to fail. Wow. Yeah. It is halfway through the year, and so we need to talk. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Journey and Feels podcast. My name is Stella.
And my name is Mwende. As Stella has said, in this episode, we shall talk about what the year has been so far and what we are looking forward to as we go along with the rest of the months. And just to kick us off, we shall talk about two things that we really wanted to achieve before. Well, basically two goals that we had set for ourselves at the beginning of the year. So we are going to take stock and see how far we have gotten with those goals. Stella, I hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah. And for me, one of the things that I really wanted to do this year was I wanted to connect a bit more with myself. And I know that sounds a bit, it sounds a bit vague, but I think I was just living in a very busy world that I never used to have time to sit and think and be a bit more present, a bit more in the moment. Right. I told myself now that's something that I really have to do because I'm coming to accept that life will not slow down. I have to slow down and go with the pace that I want to go because otherwise the world is moving very fast. So if I'm not being very intentional with even asking myself, how am I feeling? Even being able to process what I'm going through, what I'm feeling, what is happening around me. I don't think I used to do all of those things so well. So that was one of the things that I really wanted to be intentional with. And at least I can say I'm trying. I'm being very cautious. I catch myself a lot on a lot of things. When I'm thinking about something, when I'm dwelling in the past, when I'm, stuck, I catch myself a lot. So I'm really glad that I'm starting to do a bit more of that. And by doing that, it means I'm generally just a bit more present in life, a bit more present even when I'm hanging out with my friends, family, whoever. Presence is very important. And that was something that I really had to work hard on because this year, I feel like this year has been busy from when it started.
From January. Since January.
You know that emoji where someone is like holding themselves here, breathing, and they're like, that has been me. That has been me. So I had to be very intentional with that. And I'm glad that I'm trying. Of course, there's a lot more work to do, but I'm really celebrating that and appreciative of that.
Yeah,
and
well
patting
done.
myself from the
well
back.
done. Well done. You're doing well.
Thank you.
Cheering you on. Yeah. One of my goals for the year was to up my fitness journey and my fitness goals. And I think, yes, of course, went back to the gym, tried my best to frequent there every week. But my highlight has been being part of the Friends of Karura race series. I think you've seen me share about that online. And the race series is actually a community of people who want to jog, run, walk in the community. And because I really love the space that Karura is, it's been such a good experience for me. I am not like what is it, a pro runner. I'm not, but it's really given me the opportunity to push myself harder. And there's just something that I always feel a good boost of energy after every run, and just to see how Kenyans are actually coming together to support this cause. And of course, proceeds definitely go to Karura Forest and, just help in the different causes that they run. And it's just changed how I even plan myself, because it's almost every Sunday of the month. So of course, calls for good planning of your week and how you do things. And I think I really like how Kenyans are beginning to appreciate what's going on in the event scene, and including fitness. So sikila sa event ni where people sherehe, or what else do Kenyans like to do?
Sherehe.
Okay, apart from sherehe.
Oh, okay.
Apart from sherehe,
Protest.
yeah,
Okay, I'm
or
sorry, guys.
harambe.
I
I
know
think
that's stereotyping.
yeah,
Sorry.
I think there used to be very few spaces where Kenyans would come together to do things. So it's either sherehe or harambe or
Protests.
yeah, but nilikuwa kusema bash, but pia bash ni
Bash ni
sherehe. Yeah, yeah.
sherehe.
So
So unaona tu
to
ni
see
sherehe.
to see Kenyans pay up
Yeah.
for something as good as fitness is really good.
Yeah.
It's really good to see. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
like that. In fact, I think something we should continue to do more and more of is building communities where people can do things, because as this world continues to evolve, the world is actually getting more lonely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the world is actually getting more lonely. And I don't know how to explain that, but people are busy, people are doing their own things. And I think as people go, anyway, maybe it's that as we grow older, it can get a bit more lonely depending
Right.
on the context of your life, because friends, life is moving on. So people are maybe not as available, people are not keen to do a lot of things because there's a lot more that they have to do.
Yeah,
And so I really love the communities that are there that are available for people to tap into, and especially for people who maybe it's not easy to make friends, or they want to do things but they don't want to do it alone.
Yeah.
But let me tell you guys something, you do not need a community to do something. If you want to travel, please travel. Do it
Take
alone.
the solo trip.
You will be surprised, actually.
Yeah.
You will meet the people there.
Yeah.
You go.
Yeah. My second highlight is about that. When I took my solo break in March. Yeah. And of course, I love my own company. I love to be alone. But yeah, that was one of the highlights of my half one, which was quarter 1. Yeah, taking time off at the beach, thinking about things, reflecting, just breathing, enjoying good food, taking time off to pray and connect with God in great ways. And I want to do that more often, perhaps every quarter.
Yeah.
I came back so refreshed, so energized, and yeah, able to put in great work at work in a very good way, and also like make my employer proud, which is amazing. So I'm definitely going to go on more solo trips.
Yeah. And rest is important, actually.
It's part of the resistance. Yeah.
For me, my other point, weirdly enough, was still related to travel, but it was that despite how busy it's been, I made very good memories with friends, some friends, colleagues, and also just because a lot of my trips were really work related. But I realized that there's like 2 or 3 trips I took with friends alone. Like when I went to Nanyuki, when I went to Arusha, those were really just like personal trips, not necessarily work related.
Right.
But all in all, despite how busy it's been, because there's been a lot of movement also work wise, I have enjoyed every bit of travel that I have taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cheers to more travel.
I have really, really enjoyed it. They were not as restful because 3/4 of them were tied to work, or either it was for a few days. So I think activities must be done.
Yeah,
those
back
ones
to
were
back.
not restful trips, but they were very, very good trips.
Yeah.
So it's just tied to, of course, the travel, but also the memories that I made, because I feel like for the trips that I did where friends were involved, I connected with those friends a lot more. Even now we are talking more. So then I think it's a good thing to really be intentional to do these things with people once in a while. So the irony of you as being alone and mine being with very many people really, because work-wise, if you've gone for a conference, people is all you will meet.
Yeah. Okay. And what is the one thing that you wished you'd have done better in this first half of the year?
So rest. I don't know where the time would have been. So actually, it's not even one. There's rest. There's reading more books, because I had really, I'm a book lover. You know, I had a lonely childhood-ish. And by lonely, it means I was, there were very few kids my age, let me say, where I grew up, for the most of my young years. So I didn't have that many friends, and I read a lot of books. And so there's age gaps between me and my siblings.
Right.
So while I was home, they weren't necessarily always home. So I can't say that I had a lot of people growing up. So books were really my friend. I love books a lot. And I keep feeling like as the years go by, I read less and less. For someone who would even read like 3 books a month, while still having a busy schedule, that I don't feel like I did well. And just the other thing is, I even want to go back to like a subscription for the newspaper. I will figure out which one. Because I and it's very the irony of me being here on a YouTube channel. Sometimes I get very overwhelmed with visual content. So I realize that I don't watch the news as much.
Right. You
I
want
will follow
to
up on the
be
news
posted.
by whatever TikTok short content or what's online, or
Yeah.
by Googling like what's happening, or what I come across in different social media spaces.
Right.
I think I'm one of those people who would enjoy reading I enjoy reading the paper, and I want to get back to doing that. I feel like content that I read, it's very easy for me to control how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Vis-a-vis, I open the news and there's like a lady that's talking about being raped and she's crying. Those emotional. I feel like being an empath, I carry emotions a lot.
Yeah.
So I get very overwhelmed watching the news. And I feel like I'm slacking in terms of being fully aware about what's happening locally, because it's either I don't have the time, either I can't concentrate. So I really want to go back to newspaper subscription,
Right.
so that I be reading. Of course, now it would be a digital one in
Yeah.
the world of tech.
Yeah. Let me tell you, call me old school, but I still buy Sunday newspaper,
Oh,
like
really?
physical newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm with you in terms of reading. I too need to up my game in reading, because also of the work that I do. Like, I have to always be informed
Yeah.
about what's going on and what we need to do. But I've really struggled reading, and I'm not proud about it at all.
Yeah.
And it's not that I haven't tried reading different books. I have, like, I'll start one, not finish, pick another one. It's still the same. And for me, it boils down to lack of discipline. My own colleague, I have a friend of mine at work, and he keeps saying, he calls me STL. STL, just spare 1 to 2 hours every day
Yeah.
to read. And I wish I did that. And I know it's possible. So I just need to up my game and be disciplined. Yeah. Mine is, I like keeping a gratitude jar, and I haven't done that. It's something that I've always done, but this year I've really slacked. Yeah, and the way it works is I have a jar, my gratitude jar every year. I use the same one every year, and every day before going to bed, it's actually next to my bed. I write down what am I grateful for. It
Yeah.
can even be 3 ideas, but just at least one idea, one thought of what am I grateful for today. And what that does is, despite all the things that I could have had in my day, whether I disappointed someone or someone disappointed me, there's still something good that happened
Yeah.
that day. And it just keeps me so positive, and I sleep such a happy person and, content. So when it doesn't happen, a week goes by and I'm like, no, what's happening? Yeah. So looking forward to actualizing that this new half. Yeah.
Wow. And it's very important. I mean, I had a version of it in like my long list. I was not going to necessarily talk about it, but also
Keeping a
that's one of the
gratitude.
things that I feel like I really want to do. In fact, I think I wrote approach life from thankfulness
Of
rather than
joy. Yeah.
complaining.
Gratitude. Yeah.
Because I believe that's the best way to change mindset, when you really start looking at things more positively.
Yeah.
Or before you start complaining, you be like, but what is good first? And then think about the rest.
Yeah.
Those me. First of all, even my wellness generally, I have really slacked. And it's part of it.
Yeah.
Just looking at life from the cup being half full rather than
Half empty.
And it's
Yeah.
very important, because then it brings some sunshine. Even on the busiest days, you're like, you know what, but at least today,
Yeah.
I've worn a good dress. I
Yeah.
look nice.
Yeah. And it's those very fundamental, basic things that actually make the whole thing change. It changes the game, because when you eat well, if you eat healthy, you're working out, you're hydrating, it is likely that you're showing up as your best version of yourself, But when you forego all those things, like when I don't eat well, I definitely feel sluggish, I feel, when I don't
That
read.
says a lot, because you see
Yeah,
here,
when I don't read.
we should call ourselves out, because what have
Let's
we eaten?
Oh yeah,
But
we
our
are yet to
KFC
eat.
is waiting for
We are yet
us,
to
but-
eat, but yeah, it's yeah.
After
So
a full day, but yeah.
it is
see?
likely that we'll be sluggish after this. So yeah, when you don't read, it is likely that you're not really refreshing yourself.
Yeah.
So what are you giving if you're
Not nourishing
you're not
yourself,
you're not
yeah.
feeding your soul. So yeah, looking forward to, I think the next half has to be full of so many plans, because it's going to get busier. It's not going to be less busy. So if we are not planning ourselves, then we are planning to fail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sawa basi.
Let's talk about Q2.
No, there's something
have
we've
to.
not talked about
Oh, okay.
yet.
Okay.
One of the other highlights is this podcast.
Oh,
What do you mean? We won't talk about it because we've talked about it in so many episodes, but just know we are happy.
It's a highlight.
It's
We are
it's
happy. We are
highlight.
tapping ourselves on the back.
We had to be like, and we need to add another point that is not this podcast because it's all we would have spoken about.
Yeah, it's the only milestone. It looks like it's one of the biggest milestones.
It's the biggest
not the only one, yeah, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
a big one, yeah. So it's good.
Yeah.
Well
yeah.
done to us.
Well
yeah.
done to us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
looking to the future, have to is here. What are some of the things you plan to do? Perhaps two highlights. For me, I definitely want to take a new course, and I am thinking a course that is AI related. Again, tech, AI, anything to do with AI, we cannot ignore, we cannot avoid. And so I've been challenging myself since last year that I need to know essentials of AI, like not just asking, "Hi, Chatty, could you
I'm
please,
having a bad
yeah,
day."
what do you think I should do?" And yeah, what do you think about it? Yeah, but just understanding even how best to inform algorithms, and how to use it for the better part of my work and my day-to-day life, or learning a new language. Yeah, so either or, but I plan to definitely take a new course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, me hapo kwa language. Hey, well, I think I've done enough of languages in my life.
How many
I've
languages
done
do you?
French, I've done German.
That's why
yeah.
I've done none of those. And
It's
yeah,
enough.
anyway, they're not even top of my list anyway.
You
Yeah.
should download. What is it called? Is it
Duolingo. I have it. I have
Okay.
it. Are you on Duolingo?
No, I'm not. But
What?
like,
It's so interesting. It's such an
what
interesting
have
app.
you learned from there?
So when
you
I
want to learn a new language.
when I traveled, of course, when I traveled to Brazil, I used it to learn a few things,
okay,
which really
okay.
was helpful. But like I set a target. I think I wanted to learn quite a bit of Portuguese in 4 weeks. So every time, and then I had a daily target. So it kept saying, "Hi, babe, are you really learning Portuguese today?"
What are you doing for yourself today?
Yeah, and then like, "Hi, am I boring?" It's such. I like the prompts. They're so interesting. Yeah, and I think maybe that's how learning should be, especially adult learning, because it's hard learning a new language in my
in
age.
fact,
So
I'm so curious what learning will look like for like the Gen Alpha that are yet to be born,
Yeah.
or even the ones that have just been born.
Yeah.
I'm so curious because those kids will.
Yeah.
I mean, even us, we are smart. I mean, every generation,
they're
they
smarter.
are smart people, but
Yeah,
like
they're
them,
smarter. Yeah, yeah.
You know, they'll still have to teach us something.
Yeah.
And it won't be like, I've lost my Facebook pass. The way we had to teach some people about Facebook, you will have to be patient. Ufunzwe kitu.
That's why we need to have basics of AI, man.
Yeah,
Because it's
that's
going
why
to
your
be
child
different.
is not
It's
telling
going
you
to
something and you're like, ebu sema tena, niambie kama mtu mzee.
It's like Fox trying to understand Zoom. The first day.
Wananiona? Okay.
The first days of Zoom, like literally, mtu alikuwa na
Can you see me?
like I think lifting a laptop to bring the
Okay.
Every time I think about it, I'm like, wow, yani I'll be a grandma, and then my
Imagine.
grandkids will be laughing at
Imagine.
me. How it's so funny for me, like trying to help old folks understand Zoom.
The
So
cycle
yeah,
of life.
the truth is that we won't always know these things visually. So yeah, just at least also embracing kidogo to flexibility and learning kidogo here. But yeah, we need to be ready for Gen Alpha and the generations coming later. Gen Z, we're not even done with Gen Z. So
Yeah. For me, I want to spend more time with family. Yeah, I really need to.
I like that.
I also want to like really spend more time with each of them separately. Yeah. And there are many, may come from, it's not a small family. So, I mean, I have 4
not that
siblings.
big either.
And then plus my mother, plus my nephews. If you think about it, surely it cannot be, I must meet each of them like every month. That's my weekends zitaisha hapo.
Yeah, but I like it. You have many months to come. You have like 6 months.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I really want to be intentional, whether it's taking a trip, whether it's just being like, today, come join us for our errands, whether it's even bringing my mother here when we are doing this, a day in the life or something, for her to just, be around.
Right.
I really want to spend more time. Yeah. And also, more intentional time. I don't know whether it's playing more games, because I was with my nephew
fun.
and there was a game we played. No, but also it's because I realized I learned so much from him when we did. It's just these card games that help you start conversations. I think it's actually called Icebreaker.
Love that, yeah.
But like the things that he spoke about, I was like, these are things that I don't know whether I would have intentionally asked him.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm also grateful for the tools that we can use to strengthen these relationships. But I was just like, you know what? I really need to spend more time with this person because he's not growing any younger.
Yeah.
And so I definitely want to do a lot more of that.
Yeah. Okay. Would you like to share one more? And then
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my other is I want more local travel. Yeah, like I want
I
to
love that. Yeah.
honestly, I want to be able to wake up on a Saturday and drive not to like the places that people normally go, sijui Namanga, Naivasha, Nanyuki. I mean, those ones as well, but like maybe go to Isiolo. I mean, see what Isiolo
Yes,
is or
yes,
something. I mean, I've been to Isiolo, lakini okay, I won't start with Isiolo, given that nimeshaona huko.
Yeah, like have you
But
seen
like,
photos of Chubby Desert?
yeah, like
Looks
go to
like yeah,
Chalbi,
like you're in
you know, like really be able to talk about our country.
Right.
And
I like
it's because
that.
my dad, because of work, he really moved around a lot. So
Yeah.
he was a very well-informed man about Kenya. And I want to know my country.
Yeah.
But also I want to, because I know I want to travel a bit more. In my mind, I really don't want to, you don't want to be like those people who you have to save for 2 years before you take a trip. Let me do that for the international ones, but let my life not stop because I can do things locally.
Yeah.
And also, I want to appreciate that there are people who travel across the world to come to Kenya. But actually, tourists are always coming here. And sometimes they talk about the experiences that they've had, and I'm like, hey, me, I've never seen that. So I want to do more local travel.
Yeah. I like that, honestly.
Yeah.
Please travel. I'm looking forward to seeing the photos. And
Pressure.
yeah. My second one is I want to learn how to bake more things. I really enjoy baking. I really do. But I want to take it to the next level. And this is just for my own, I feel like it's my way of decompressing.
Yeah.
Even like when I have technical things, documents to write, baking sort of calms me down and then it helps me be grounded and get back to work. But I want to take it to the next level and bake different fun things that I can enjoy with my nieces and my people when they come over, or even share whenever I'm going to meetings and all. But just to even and maybe find more fun things to do when I want to really decompress.
Yeah. And also one last one I know we were supposed to talk about too. I want to get comfortable with doing a lot more things alone.
I can share notes.
Because otherwise,
I
will never leave the house. Honestly, because sometimes I really want to go to a play, but I'm like, no, I'll go alone. Imagine now I have to be going. I will be doing that. I really want to push myself to just do a bit more, so that I don't wait too much to experience life.
With other people. Okay, well done. So as we wrap up, for all the things that we plan to do in the second half of 2025, what's the one word that you think you need to incorporate in your life to achieve them and close the year looking like, we'll be back to evaluate the year. What's the one word that describes what you need to do to make it a reality or make them a reality?
Discipline.
Oh, that's my word too. Okay, so we have each other
to be disciplined people.
Me as well. Then I think that's it. Let's hold each other accountable on how we are staying disciplined to achieve the goals that we have. And that's it. We would love to hear from you as well. How are you evaluating how you've done since January? What is that list of 5 things that you promised yourself to do up until the end of 2025? And how are you doing? What are some of the things that you're looking forward to achieving in the second half of 2025? And let's learn from each other. Perhaps we'll pick a thing or two from them and they can also pick a thing or two from us. So thank you so much for joining. Please subscribe, please follow us, give us a like, give us your comment about what you think and what you would also like to hear more as we move.
And see you at the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.